All right, Mayor, thank you for joining us. Would you talk a little bit about your experience of the New Hampshire primary and what it means to you and your city?
Well, as a voter, I'm certainly pleased to have the first in the nation primary here in New Hampshire because we get an opportunity to meet and vet candidates as nobody else can, I think, in the country. As a mayor, what I hope to accomplish is to ensure that every presidential candidate feels welcome in the state's largest city, and that every resident has an opportunity to ask any question of any person on either side of the aisle running for president. I think New Hampshire residents can vet candidates better than anyone else in the country, and I think because we demand so much of presidential candidates and we expect retail politics to win out over media wars, we have the edge in determining who we think is the best person to be president. So I continue to hope that the parties at the national level will acknowledge and assure and affirm that New Hampshire really is in a unique position to keep the first in the nation primary status, and it's something that I'll continue to make sure that I advocate and fight for, as I think I should.
Do you have a favorite first in the nation story that you like to share with people when you're talking about the New Hampshire primary?
Well, this is the first time that I have been mayor while we've had the first in the nation primary. There have been very many opportunities already for me to meet different presidential candidates. But I think the funniest so far is when I was being interviewed by someone from CNN in this very room, and we had a gas leak right outside on Elm Street, and as you had more first responder apparatus and fire and police coming, the individual from CNN who was interviewing me, I think, started to get a little concerned about the activities right outside of this building, and late, about an hour after that interview had been completed, we had to actually evacuate this building. So that was sort of the most off-the-wall thing that's happened to me so far during the primary process. But I suspect that that'll be trumped by far more funnier and more lighthearted events as things continue to heat up in Manchester.
And would you just talk very briefly about some of the Republican candidates you've already met and how you see the Republican field shaping up? You are a Republican, that's
Yes,
right.
I am, and I have had an opportunity to meet Mitt Romney and John McCain, Rudy Giuliani, Mike Huckabee, Tommy Thompson, a few that were running and have decided not to get in the race, Bill Frist and some others. But I think that the field for Republicans is wide open. I think it is somewhat wide open on the Democratic side as well. But for Republicans, I think we take our primary voting very seriously, and we want to have the very best leader in charge of our country when it comes to presidential politics. So we're going to continue to vet these candidates. I'm going to continue to invite all candidates to Manchester with open arms and make sure that people, again, have that opportunity to ask them all any question they want. But I certainly am proud of the field on the Republican side and look forward to a very, very spirited process and a very strong candidate when the primary process is done.
And as of right now, you're holding off endorsing any Republican candidate?
I have not made up my mind yet, as probably most New Hampshire voters. I am certainly looking at all of them and talking with all of them, and I want to make sure that I, like every other voter in New Hampshire, has an opportunity to vet these candidates, and I take that opportunity to do so, but also have a greater role in making sure that everyone else gets that same opportunity. So I may at the end look to support somebody. Right now I'm still trying to figure out who I think the best person is, probably like most of New Hampshire.
Well, if you'd like to break the news of your endorsement to us first, we'd love you for it, but thank you for your time. It's been a lot of fun.
Thank you, my pleasure.
Thank you, Mayor.